Where are the complainers now? I have noticed that the people who are complaining about NIL, I've noticed that the people who were complaining about the lack of Cinderella teams in March Madness, I've noticed those people have been strangely quiet the last week or so. I wonder why. I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that the Final Four drew the highest ratings in 8 years. Going into the national championship Monday night, there were concerns that Florida and Houston weren't going to draw as well. There were concerns that ratings for the national championship would be lower than ratings for the Final Four. I haven't heard a damn thing about those concerns either, because the national championship, it delivered the highest ratings since 2019. Over 18 million people tuned in Monday night to watch the instant classic between Florida and Houston. Outside of the NFL, nothing is drawing 18 million viewers on television. Like I've been telling you guys for the last few weeks, I don't know if NIL is a good or a bad thing for college basketball. I think it's been great for college football. It's moved the high-profile teams into the same conferences. It has damn near eliminated the money games where LSU pays the University of Ass $250,000 to come to Baton Rouge to get their ass kicked. Does the system need some improvements? Sure. I think there needs to be more regulation, but overall, I think college football has been better the last couple of years. With college basketball, I don't know. What I do know is the Cinderella teams, they were not missed in the later rounds of March Madness. If you put powerhouse teams against each other in highly competitive games, you will be rewarded. Now, there is a downside to this. Even though the Final Four and the national championship were amazing, the entirety of the tournament, it left a lot to be desired. The real March Madness, it kind of resembled the women's tournament this year, where there were a lot of blowouts in the early rounds. There wasn't a lot of excitement, wasn't a lot of drama. First two rounds of the tournament, they were essentially meaningless. It didn't really get exciting until the Final Four, which that ain't good. But there is something else I've noticed in the last week or two. College basketball has completely overshadowed the NBA. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble upon this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. The link to the main channel is in the description below. The game Monday night, it delivered the third highest basketball audience in the last 5 years. Now, on the surface, when you initially hear something like that, you would assume that the top 2 spots belong to the NBA. Or at least one of the top 2 spots belong to the NBA, right? The number 1 spot belongs to the Olympics, with the gold medal game between America and France drawing over 20 million viewers last year. Second place belongs to Caitlin Clark, who drew almost 19 million for the national championship last year. The NBA hasn't had a game eclipse 18 million viewers since games 5 and 6 of the NBA Finals back in 2019. They haven't had a series come close to that number since the final series between the Cavs and the Warriors in 2018. Since 2020, the NBA Finals has averaged only 10.5 million viewers. Over the last 2 weeks, the NBA has been completely overshadowed in the news cycle. Outside of the firing of Mike Malone and Taylor Jenkins, the NBA has barely been mentioned. This is a league that is predicated on drama. This is a league that is talked about more for what happens off the court than what happens on the court. Obviously, the NBA should dominate the headlines once the playoffs start next week, but I don't know. Something feels different with the NBA right now. You have 2 teams in the Western Conference in the thick of the playoffs firing their head coaches. You had that disgusting trade where the Mavs sent Luka Doncic to the Lakers in exchange for a Pinto with 3 flat tires. Eastern Conference is littered with bad teams. The Mavs, they're going to make the play-in by default because the Suns are absolutely pathetic. I don't know what the hell's going on right now with the NBA. I thought there would be a lot of excitement heading into the playoffs, but we're a week or so away, and it just seems like no one cares. Maybe that will change now that March Madness is over, but there seems to be something going on, and I can't find the words to describe it. I have been watching this league since the 90s. I cannot remember another time when 2 head coaches were fired right before the playoffs. And I damn sure don't remember one of the best players in the league being traded for leftover scraps. Anyway, give me your thoughts on this. Final Four National Championship delivers in March Madness with the best ratings we've seen in years. Has the NBA been briefly overshadowed? Is it just me, or does there seem to be a lack of excitement going into the playoffs? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys on the main channel.